And your body's your body's natural priorities. Like you said, your brain is working on things and processing problems that you kind of consciously give it. But there's also tons of problems going on with your body that is coming through your mind that are not conscious, that are autonomous, and they're trying to tell you things. I have a lot of people in my life and my networks who struggle with depression. It seems more and more common, and one could say it's because it's more open and people are more open to talk about it, or there's a lot of reports that say it's becoming more prevalent. But one of the biggest things is they talk about how, well, if I'm not distracted, I have all these troubling thoughts that are constantly plaguing me. Well, and there's a lot of traditions of spiritual practice that talk about this, and they say that's because that's the conversation your body is having with you. Those are top of mind. Those troubling thoughts could be about your health, could be about something that's coming up through you, some trauma that you need to address, some level of psychological wound that is still present for you, and you need to talk about. So we're in a very much avoid pain type of phase in Western culture, where you can avoid all those troubling things by just numbing through television, through TikTok, through Instagram, through whatever it is. But that's what we're talking about. It's not a solution to solving those things. Those things coming up unbidden are your body talking to you. Those are the conversations that are priority. And the longer you ignore them, they will come more strongly. They'll come through your dreams. They'll come in every waking moment. They'll come when you're trying to go to bed. And there's an element of the thing that I hear people say the least is that's where being mindful helps you hone in on what those are and face them and have that conversation with yourself. If you're not willing to have it, or you're distracted constantly, it's just going to be burning in the background until it really gets you down in physical ways.
And there are scenarios, of course, where people need help and should get help. And it's not like if you're depressed, the simple solution is just be mindful. But there is a malaise that's out there, and a general sense, that I don't like how I feel right now, or something like that. And that is really where you need to be working through it. And that struggle against it, that instinct to run away from it and not sit with it, that is exactly what we're talking about. You really do need to sit with it. And it could be very uncomfortable, but it is far more fulfilling and far more rich when you do,
Yeah.
when you get past it.
Well, and if you are somebody who has a lot of problems, or like problems is a bit of a strong word, if you have a lot of duress or a lot of signals coming through your body into your passive thoughts, that's where a technology fast could actually be very intense for you as an individual. Like what Jonathan suggested, it's kind of a nice thought to say, oh, you can be more mindful and get more in touch. But if you do remove technology for 24 hours, you're going to notice how time dilates significantly, and the length of your day is going to extend very, very long compared to what you're used to, most likely. And there will be a lot of thoughts and conversations that if you just allow them to come in and you have that conversation with your body and yourself, it can be a challenging one. It can bring up a lot. Just keeping all that other noise from coming in on top of it can be very cathartic. People will report.